Hey y'all, welcome out to the patio. My name is Erin. I am so excited to bring to you today my overview of the 2020 Powersheets. Well, I have it upside down. So this is the Cultivate What Matters Powersheets workbook. They call it a planner. It is kind of a planner, but I think it's just more of a mapping tool and a dig deep for identifying and setting productive goals going into the new year. So if you have wondered about the Cultivate What Matters, and you've probably seen some unboxing videos, I'm not doing an unboxing video. I just want to kind of review some of my thoughts on the process so far going into the prep work. So if you're interested in Cultivate What Matters and the Powersheets, stick around. We're going to move it inside to the desk. So let's head that way. All right, y'all, let's see if we can talk about Powersheets and if I can keep this short. Powersheets are new to me. Cultivate What Matters started putting out a goal planner several years ago. I want to say it's like 6-7 years ago. And I may be wrong, so if you're an avid Powersheets user, please don't leave me any hate. This is a new product to me. The reason I chose to look at it was because I have heard so many positive things about it in different planner groups that I'm involved in. So let's see some of what I got, how I feel about it, and I'm gonna tell you right now how I feel about it. I think this is an amazing tool. I have never been so emotionally drained and emotionally exhilarated about setting goals in my entire life. And I have used lots of different goal setting platforms. Franklin Covey was probably my first. And this is so eye-opening. So let's go over some of the things that I have. First off, I have goal cards. These are cards that each month you can write your goals out on them and keep them where you can see them. So this will probably go into my A5. Not my A5. Yeah, my A5. My cousin, my Hobonichi cousin. These will probably be clipped in to that monthly view. So they're right there, and it's something that I look at every day. The next thing that you can get to work with are these wild card sheets. Now, in the wild card, I hate this noise, y'all. I'm so sorry. I should have prepped this better because y'all know I hate the sound of plastic opening in videos. Are these additional wildcard sheets, which has a perpetual calendar in it, a fun list of things to do in 2020. There's 2 of those, 3 of those, 4 of those, 1 for each quarter. Creating a life-giving home, so things that you can do to bring your living space into harmony. And you have a few of those. Relationship tending, so you can work on your relationships with your significant other or friends. Financial check-in, and there's 1 for each quarter. Go-to meals lists and some note pages. Goal setting at a glance, so you have a couple of these that you can take your goals sheet and just kind of keep it with you handy so you can see it, tape it to your bathroom mirror, whatever you want to do with it. Self-care, organizing and decluttering, be it your home, be it your internet, whatever it is. What books to read, books you've read, and those are the extra wild card sets. There are also several that I have found that you are able to download from the Cultivate What Matters website. So they have one on like social media. There's all kinds of different little cards there that you can look into if you need to add a different sheet, a different wild card to your organizer. Also, there's a weekly overview sheet, and I have that in here. It's a pad of 60 weeks worth that you can kind of do a quick overview of what you need to be doing to stay focused on those goals and implement into your weekly schedule to help you achieve those goals. So I have those. They don't fit in the pin pack or the planner pack, whatever you want to call it. In this, I just have the tending tape, which you can use to adhere these into your planner or use them however you choose to. So that's those. Let's move them out of the way. We'll move that over there so it's totally out of the way. I'm trying to get as far out as I can on this video, but still have it close enough where you can kind of see what's in the book. So the sticker book has some quotes in it to help you stay motivated, and then it has your color code stickers. It's all about color coding your goals. So there's color codes in here. So you have the flags, you have the dots, and there's several pages of the dots, some hearts, and then just some motivational things to help keep you on task when it comes to planning your goals. Celebrating, you know, prioritizing, tend it to grow it, cultivating contentment, and then just some decorative stickers. Celebrating daily life, prioritizing wellness, celebrating the tiny things, celebrating the season, and then some stickers to get motivated. So that's the sticker book. I have completely and totally blanked on what she calls this journal. It is a journal that is foiled, and what I am using the journal for, that you can get through Cultivate What Matters, as an emotional dump. Completely and totally 100%. Just the emotional stuff that is tied to setting goals. Why you feel like you did a really great job, why you feel like maybe you didn't hit the mark. What are those emotional roadblocks that I personally need to overcome to cultivate healthy habits and stay on track to make 2020 my best year ever? Then you get into the planner. So it's got a chipboard cover. There's 4 different designs that you can choose from. It has the D-ring or O-ring binding. There's a pocket in the front. So I saw people put their wildcard sheets in here. I don't see how they fit. So if anybody from Cultivate That Matters is watching and you want some feedback, make this pocket a tad bit wider. That way things will fit into it more comfortably. I've ended up just sticking some little cards and things like that. So you get an introduction from Laura Casey, who is the creator of Powersheets. She also has written some really great books. So just her introduction, and I've taken pen and kind of underlined the things that were important to me and that stood out to me. Motivational quotes throughout it. And then there's things that you can work on to help you set up your goals. And this card is another download from her shop that you can go in. And this is my year of transformation. I will cultivate what matters to me, which is love, financial stability, and career growth. I will surround myself with less negativity and fill my life with more intentional actions. I am regaining my self-worth little by little. If you are a repeat viewer, you know that the end of 2017 or the end of 2018 and the majority of 2019, I have not felt like myself. I kind of got lost and I was having a hard time finding my way again. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted this. So it kind of starts out with what are some things that you want to cultivate, and you can just jot them down. I've seen pages where people are doodling, doing really pretty things, that type of stuff. But just kind of a brain dump really quick on what it is that you want to see happen in 2020. And then it's taking an inventory of yourself. What is it that's unique about you? What is it that you crave? What is it that you want? And I love this comparison isn't just the thief of joy, it's the thief of everything. And you know, that's really true. It is. If you compare yourself to other people, or in my case, I'm comparing myself today to somebody that I know I can be and that I have been in the past, and that's really holding me back from becoming that person again, which I know it sounds weird, but it's the truth. has it been a long time since you felt like you were really living? Yeah, you know, and I'm just using colored pens to go through and do these action plans that she has in place. And it's really breaking down who you are emotionally, what you want, what's good in your life, and what you find challenging. So one of the little notebooks I have used strictly as a brain dump with these activities. Now, they do cultivate the matters. They don't just sell you a workbook or sell you a planner and say, have fun, adios, use it the way you want to use it. There's a blog. There are YouTube videos that they put up. There's an entire prep week that they do where they go on and you can join these live videos and ask questions and kind of just help with guiding you through this prep work. And I'll be honest, the prep work is intense. That's all I've gotten done. And I've been working on this for a week. I needed a brain dump section where I could just dump ideas before I put pen to paper here and make those thoughts a little bit more cohesive. So I'm using this kind of as a goal setting brain dump workbook. I have an Erin Condren clip on it, one of the plastic clips that fits perfectly to add it to it. So once you kind of get through these and you get through all the prep work, then you choose your word for the year. And I had a word for the year picked out, and y'all know I'm not a fan, if you've been around, of word of the year, because I feel like your word changes, and maybe the word that you had set for you on January 1st may not necessarily be the same word that you need on October 1st. And you know what's really cool? She says it's okay to change that word. And I love that. I love that they look at this as not a set in stone. You say it on January 1st and on December 31st, you have to be working towards those exact same goals. Because you know what? The goal you set for yourself on January 1st may not necessarily be something that you need to work on December 1st. It may have grown. It may have worked. You may have realized that it was an unrealistic expectation to begin with, and you need to dial it back a little bit and look at those micro goals that are going to lead you to that bigger goal. And that's what I like about this. So the first section is all about the why. And then go get them. The next section is on setting the goals, the SMART goals that are going to help you grow. It matters, one step at a time, little by little. Those steps will add up. And that's what this is about. So it's simplifying your year, choosing the best goals for you, and then breaking those goals down. She always recommends not setting more than 8. Most of the videos that I've seen where people are using the system only have anywhere from 3 to 6. A couple people have 8. I've kind of broken mine down. I want to work on my health, my spiritual, personal growth, and recreation kind of all fell into one. My relationship with my spouse, my family and friends, my finance, work, and then just growing my YouTube and Instagram. That's something that brings me joy, and I really need to learn to carve out more time. I love talking about planners. Y'all, if you've seen my videos in the past, you know I'm passionate about it. I think that healthy planning is a great just emotional support. It's a great way to take charge of your life and manage your own time. And then my environment is something that I want to work on. My home, my car, those extensions of me, places that I go, I want to be happy with them. So she puts together some action plans on how to utilize her sheets on each goal and breaking those goals down into smaller steps. And again, there's support material, resources on her webpage to kind of help you break those down. And then your yearly overview, Q1, what are we going to focus on? What are you going to do? Take your starting steps, take those goals, stretch them out into an overview. This is a place where you're not growing too much at one time, but you're spacing it out and you're pacing it out. So it becomes a habit. So it becomes part of your daily routine. Now, I printed out off her web page just some blank calendars that I started before I got the Cultivate What Matters planner. And she has this really great, if you want to kind of take a look at what it's all about, there's this free download, 7 best goal setting hacks. I started with this and did some brainstorming just to get in the right mindset when they came in, and kind of wrote down on the back, why did I choose to get this planner? Why am I choosing to do this year in my life? And then what am I going to gain from this if I achieve those goals? I'm going to gain some peace of mind, you know? I love that. And then I just kind of did a list of things that I'm going to leave behind in 2019. That's it. Also, in going through the prep work, I decided that once a month, I want to make a date with myself to work on my power sheets, because it's important that I take time for me. So here's where I use the tending tape. This is one of the cards that comes with your planner. You know, all those things you've always wanted to do, you should go do them. And it's the truth. You know, I feel like as women, as the caretaker in the family, as the emotional person in the family, I'm taking everybody's emotional well-being and supporting that and helping grow that. But I've forgotten to take care of myself, and I think that's important. It's okay to take care of yourself. You've heard me say that before. It's something that I wholeheartedly believe in, but unfortunately I've gotten away from it, and I need to get back to that so I can be the best person that I am. And then each month you have your goals for the month with a calendar, so you can set tasks or to-do lists or whatever it is that you need to record to help you focus and stay focused on those goals. Make what matters happen this month, goals to focus on, and then the action ideas to support those goals. So just because you have 8 goals set for the year, it may not be realistic to work on one of them in January. Your goal may be to make the outside of your home beautiful. Well, you know, if you live in a state where you get 6 feet of snow in January, you're probably not going to be out there painting your house or working in your driveway or making your garden pretty. So that may not be a goal that you focus on in January. It may be a goal that you focus on in the spring. So, and it talks about that, you know, we tend to get lost because we set all these goals and we don't see all this immediate change, and we give up on them. And this helps you kind of break it down so you see a little bit of growth every month towards one of your goals. And that's where your tending list comes in. And you just kind of break down what it is that you want to do for that month. The page is perforated, so if you don't want to leave the planner sitting open somewhere where you're going to see it every day, you can tear this out and put it in your main planner, wherever you want to put it. And again, you're touching back on those same questions that were asked at the beginning. You know, what have you learned? What did you do well? What would you want to change? And that's every month. And then every quarter, you get new setup pages where you can reevaluate those goals. You can give these categories in your life new grades. You know, you may have your health at a 5 and now you're up to a 7. And you may have your friends at an 8, but you realize in January you ignored your friends, in February you ignored your friends, in March you were self-isolating still, and that goal may drop a little bit. So it's really a neat place to just kind of go in, take a look at how you're doing. Are you staying on track? These pages remind me a lot of that level 10 life, and it kind of breaks it down into that health, friends, finances, spiritual and personal growth, spouse and significant other, family, work, and recreation. I have 0 on my recreation, and I need to get back to doing things that are fun, and then where you can refresh your goals, revitalize your goals, revisit them, change them if you need to, you know, just a place to kind of reiterate what it is that you're working towards. So, and you have that for each month, and I love that. So winter is your first section, then you have your spring, your summer, your fall, and then the really neat thing is this does not end with prep work in November for the next book. It just gives you your November and your December, and then you would start your new Power Sheets book. So you have your month in review here. I want to say there's like a yearly your celebrations. So this is a place where you can celebrate your little victories each month, which is important. and the sticker sheet. Now the sticker sheet actually came in the front of the book. I just kind of pulled the tabs off, moved it towards the back of the book, and then I also use this as a guide for things that maybe I want to punch and add to the book a little bit. So that's my overview on the Powersheets. Like I said, it's really eye-opening. It's very emotional. It's a great tool to help you decide what you want to do. Now, I could go into the way the paper feels, what's the best pens to use in it, and I personally feel like that's not something I should be concerned about. But here are the pens that I'm using, the pencils that I'm using. One of them is gone. In all honesty, one of my favorite pens to use in this, because I can go back and highlight over it, is, of course, not sitting here where it belongs. Where did it go? And it's not in my stuff. Doggone it. I hate when I do this, when I get everything set up and then I don't have the pen that I'm looking for. I am using a Sharpie waterproof no bleed pen. They come in a pack of 2. They're like $3. And I like it because I can go back and highlight over it and it doesn't smear. And then I'm using these beautiful little colors. So the ones that have worked best, I will tell you the Erin Condren pens will bleed through the paper if you are coloring a whole lot with them. The Tombow Twin Tones, I haven't had an issue with. The mild liners, I haven't had an issue with. So that's kind of my pen lineup and what I'm using pen-wise. I cannot, oh look, here's, so just a Sharpie pen. So I've been using this a lot. I've actually been using this in my Hobonichi a lot. I like that it dries and it doesn't bleed through the paper. I know it's not a fancy Le Pen or any of those, you know, monos or the micros or the Faber-Castell. It's just an old Sharpie pen and it's the bleed free and it's waterproof. And I've been using these in my Hobonichis and I've been using this in here. And I like it because I can highlight over it and it doesn't smear. And that's all I got to say about that. I feel like I'm Forrest Gump all of a sudden. And that's all I want to say about that. But it's a great little pen. So I'm really not using fancy pens in here. I've actually used some pencil in it. But those are kind of the pens. And I'm only using color just so things stand out. But there's not a lot of stickering in it. I used some of the tending tape in it. This is really just more focused on me and my overall health and wellness and making my goals a priority in my life. So that's why I chose to do this. Now I'm going to be really honest. I haven't decided if this is going to be a process that I share monthly, and I may. Right now, I don't want to go too in-depth with it on the internet because it's very personal, and I do have a lot of really personal things written in it. So quick overviews, I don't mind too much. I just don't know if I'm in the right mindset to really dig deep and share some of my thoughts with this. So I don't know. Keep an eye out. Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll start to share. Maybe once I get my goals set, I'll talk more about the goals that I have set and not necessarily all of the emotional baggage that I drudged through to in the process of getting those goals set. There is a Facebook group full of amazing women who are not judgy. And it's all about your Powersheets. And, you know, I made a post about how it was so emotionally taxing and got some really great feedback. You know, it's okay to do a couple of pages a day. You know, if it's really emotional for you, then it just means you're really digging in there deep and figuring out what it is that you want to change in your life. So it's a great Facebook group. I'll leave the Cultivate What Matters website link in the description box. I will also leave, that's really it. There's not a whole lot on this one to tag, and I'm not an affiliate with them. I don't get anything for promoting them. This is something that I have chosen to do for me and something that I feel like once I've kind of dug into it is really something that a lot of people could benefit from. And that's why I chose to do this. So if you have been watching a bunch of Powersheets videos, I know this is a little bit different. There's a couple people out there that are making it all pretty and adding, you know, all kinds of stuff to it, and I don't want to do that. You know, I want this to be more about the essence of what the planner, and she calls it a planner, was meant to be, and less about the prettiness of it all. So it's not going to have a bunch of pretty decorative pages added to it. You know, I'm not going to tear this out and make a cool vision board, but I'm not into all that. I really want to use this the way it was designed, keep it simple, use the stickers to make it fun, use the stickers to color code, you know, maybe give myself an add a girl here and there. Like on this one, I just added a celebrate tag because that's my birthday month. You know, I don't want to make it too pretty. It needs to be a mess. You know why? Because my life is a mess. And I need this to reflect my life. And my life is messy right now. And I want to make it less messy. And this is going to help me do that. So, anyway, that's the Powersheets and how I'm using the journal and the notebook to dig deep and set some goals for 2020. If you have questions about the Powersheets, please feel free to ask. I do respond to the comments. Usually takes me a day or two. Within a day or two, I've responded. Sometimes I can respond a little bit quicker. But leave a comment. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, you know what? Give it a thumbs down. It's okay. It won't hurt my feelings. It's not for everybody. We all got a plan. We all do it a little differently. I get that. Anyway, hope it has helped you decide if you're going to be using the 2020 Powersheets, or if maybe you need to start taking your goal setting to the next level. I do have one other goal planner that I'm going to be doing a video on that is at a little bit lower of a price point. I have not really opened it and gone into it yet. A nice gentleman by the name of Jason with Goal Crazy was nice enough to send me this. I've kind of looked into it a little bit. I want to do a little bit more research on it and then post it. This is really a great little planner too. So if this is out of your price point, this may be something that you want to use. And there's actually sheets in this that I will probably use in conjunction with this. So keep an eye out for the Goal Crazy video. It's not going to be filmed today because, like I said, I want to do a little bit more research on it and just kind of read through it a little bit and see what my actual thoughts are on this planner. But I do feel like it would be a good option if maybe this is out of your price point. This may be more in your price point. It's a little bit more readily available. You can get them on Amazon. So keep an eye out. But I do know this is going to be my main focus. Y'all know my videos. Even if somebody sends me a product, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on it. Do I feel like it's a good investment or not? This, I wholeheartedly feel like is a good investment. This was not sent to me for PR purposes. This was something that I chose to pursue. And I want to share it because I really do feel like it's good for everybody, regardless of what your season of life is, regardless of what changes you're facing, regardless of what your goals are, what your challenges are. This really helps you dig deep and set your own goals. So until next time, y'all have fun. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that goal notification button, that bell for the video notification. And until next time, we all got a plan. We just all do it a little bit differently. Thanks, y'all.